Maybe show the entire why they are calling for the removal of Honorable Osahina Alexander AfenyoMarkins. Joy News, Emma, brief info on why they are calling for the removal of AfenyoMarkins. And make a couple video. No, actually, but video na chora. Me do be Kevin Taylor kachi. Na yakwa kuti nkomo no sudi. Na first and foremost, no my mo video ni chora na msamo akwa abase 24/7. She jumedi na like I daily update TV so. I hear Juma 24/7. Yeah, since after the primaries, internal primaries of MPP, while they want to elect their presidential candidate, I write immediate after the election, some groups within the MPP are calling for the removal of the minority leader by name Alexander AfenyoMarkins. He is the leader of the 88 minority leader. Now, fast forward, my more video into brief video be a Joy News. In fact, create my Joy News now. A brief update on why AfenyoMarkins calling for the removal of AfenyoMarkins as the minority leader, not removed from parliament precisely, but from as minority leader. On
the weekend, the New Patriotic Party concluded the very important internal flag bearer context and elected Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia as its presidential candidate, with just about 3 years to the next general election. And whatever else one may say about the NPP as a political organization, of course it is important and fair to commend the party for conducting a largely peaceful, transparent, and credible internal election that respected the will of its delegates and avoided the kind of chaos and violence that can easily undermine public cohesion and public confidence in the democratic process in the NPP. Internal party democracy matters far more than we often admit, because the health of our national democracy, fellow Ghanaians, is directly tied to the internal culture of our political parties. And Ghana's democracy can only thrive when both government and the opposition are strong, organized, and credible, and also rooted in processes that are seen as fair by their own members. And in that regard, the NPP has, in this instance, played this part very well. But that said, winning an internal contest is only the beginning, not the end. Because after what was clearly a rancorous and emotionally charged campaign season, the NPP now faces the far more difficult task of uniting its various factions, healing bruised egos, rebuilding trust, and reorganizing itself into a coherent opposition that is capable of holding the government to account and presenting itself as a serious alternative to the electorate in 2028. And that work requires restraint. It is against this backdrop that some calls by some within the NPP for the removal of the minority leader Alexander AfenyoMarkins must be approached with caution, some level of sobriety, because the argument being advanced that he should be removed simply because he is perceived to have supported a different candidate, that is Kennedy Japan, during the internal context, is not sound or principled. And if it were to be embraced, will set a dangerous precedent not only for the NPP, but for political organization more broadly. Political parties are not cults. They are not coalitions. In fact, that is what they are. And in any internal democratic contest, members must be allowed the freedom to support candidates of their choice without the fear that such preferences will later be weaponized against them. This context is over. And the moment internal choice becomes a basis for punishment, internal democracy will collapse, and it will become conformity and fear. It is worth also noting that throughout the flag bearer election, Alexander AfenyoMarkins, as we know, was largely restrained in his public conduct. He did not engage in open mudslinging. He was not seen mounting public campaigns against the now flag bearer, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, and he did not use his position as minority leader to undermine the process or the eventual winner. And in a political culture where excess, noise, and performative disloyalty are common, that restraint should count for something, regardless of perceptions about.
Now, fast forward, Kevin Taylor didn't come say AfenyoMarkins. He has been removed in quote, inevitable. They just say, Opa just say, you never feel crabra when you're onim. Because are there inevitable? Are there yes, happen. It's real, but to a chairman. Allegedly, AfenyoMarkins has been removed inevitably. Now, Ochima is then Tamana Honorable say or say mention the minority leader no. There is a coup. They say a coup in parliament. Yeah, into the chima and same be akoso ama kasabi akoso or backdoors ama say afenyono. He has been removed inevitably. In quotes, I came tell and releases some information allegedly into my video natural. Schedule me like I daily update TV so. It's just all share now the comment on the side. I show my better brand here. Kind. To my mom came tell a video natural. Now they met one command so.
Yes, what in Kwasiasem? Omumi Nukasa who do ye guest and on him do your host. What in Kwasiasem? What in Kwasiasem? 8 years. They could not raise any money. Omuji e-levy, how much did they take? Into that change of AfenyoMarkins, it is inevitable. A blow which is inevitably yours when earlier received can cause torrential hostilities. Chadia Ben will know agentem or said chairman Sabosu will take his revenge, and that revenge is to make sure AfenyoMarkins is kicked out as the minority leader. Who is a politician who trasa? What do you mean? More MP before Nkoyana Mudi politics, Nechino, more Jimmy Tino Mudi agro. This is how the plan worked. This is how it looks. Planning I'm there to watch and I'm not going to lie to you. Game Nina Uhun or say Chairman Sabosu Tamedu, he is going to take his revenge. The way AfenyoMarkins made sure or ye coup or say Chairman Sabosu as the majority leader or say Chairman Sabosu is going to cut him into pieces. AfenyoMarkins or Wayne. AfenyoMarkins or Wayne. AfenyoMarkins Osro say Chairman Sabosu. Odim said the order or say Chairman Sabosu no or say Sabosu. He is going to retaliate and he's going to do it. Obey you know. Because you see, or say Chairman Sabosu, or ye AfenyoMarkins, or ye Patricia PJ, or Claire sa criminal macho man or his way is clear. Baomia Jimmy, Baomia cannot take decisions. They will tell Baomia who and who to put in the front. The moment Osei Chairman Sabosu is able to get that done, he will handle Baomia. Someone in politics, Osei Chairman Sabosu, Betchram in politics in which Obe cookie a strategy na mamo. Moto what nena muni so muntu minye foko. Me say, Osei Chairman Sabosu. Ne plan e kutano no. The day na mu say Osei Chairman Sabosu lead the Baomia campaign. It wasn't because of anything no. It was because he wanted to take over Parliament, MPP Parliament. And he has never forgiven AfenyoMarkins. Because you see, AfenyoMarkins kodini hu konkonsa echire kufuado. AfenyoMarkins went to tell them deals are not all cut or Parliament. AfenyoMarkins Emma eye ekufuado mu hu say Osei Chairman Sabosu was making millions in Parliament without giving the president anything. So what ekufuado mu here and say they used the same AfenyoMarkins to get rid of Osei Chairman Sabosu, and later he got to know. He did not say anything because he knew say Ekufuado way or ya Tiasiewo or ya Banchi. In less than 6 months, they will get rid of him and or train Yama Ekufuado a free power. Because don't him said there was no way the MPP was going to win and it not or stay back. He knew. Or free one or question Baomiechi, he had a plan. If he's able to use Baomia to win the primaries, he can instruct Baomia to change the AfenyoMarkins. That is why AfenyoMarkins change inevitable. So MP before now, my church will match them. Yadamu jina MPP yanko baby. Now, let me. Osei Chairman Sabosu. Besides, give me his picture. Let me show Ghanaians another diabolic man. Obabi Openo. Obabi Opeso nida. Obabi Opeso nida. Osei Chairman Sabosu. Obabi Openo. Ono so ne siashi. Obabi Openo. Sakwawe. Obabi Openo. Ko Parliament ko hwe. Okasa Brady Chambers utiati. Me see uni Osei Chairman Sabosu Chairman. Another criminal man. This guy. Obabia Openo. Obabia Openo. Kobusa Parliament for man. Ubo humusio. No, I can say, oh, leader, I want to come and discuss something with you. Uko person oda. Sa not here. Obey bibia ma person oda. Osei Chairman Sabosu akwawi. This is him. Another stubborn guy. Diabolic politician. Oh, Swami Jimmy. And Okajan say on pointed to one monumental thing or Yama Swami for or Bega say or ye bini dime or Ono ko gina kan say inti yesi toilet a eya bronsan mu hu ya na na so before the be agimi ntu no mo boje so ye e bini dan we or the politics senya ne hu say bem or strategically hu say so before nte brofo and okosua allo brofo bi and you know Mr. Speaker so before 90% nte brofo ntumi nchiro enti ogina nkran a na or the swamefo eye business ogina nkran a na or the swamefo edidwa na or the swamefo ege estate akese na or the todan akese na or the building the capacity na swamefo timfuturo nim 8 years when tumi enforce me anya swamefo kwan amomo akwawi I said Chairman Sabonsuni, sexy guy, sexy tiny, pam. Sexy man. Akwawi, we're taking hold of Baumia Shua Ekutano. Mese Baumia Shua no kutem, or betraying PP for Kafia, or per vice president, or per running mate. Now, wait, are you a very diabolic politician? Obey you see the same Baumia internal people to destroy Baumia. It will implode. Ebe payegu Baumia yem. Akwawi, or you diabolic. And you see, Baumia is not a smart politician. Baumia or a pay as you go politician. The more you clap, the more it gingers him, and then he speaks anyhow. Sana Baumia here. He cannot keep his composure. He is not able to compose himself to the point whereby when he even gets excited, he cannot calm himself. Ordinary politician. Baumia is not a communicator. Baumia is not a politician. Baumia by chance and about politics. Baumia na also made the president, by chance about politics. It is all steady Baumia power. The way real politicians are able to compose themselves when they are in front of people, crowd, because every chair and a good chair. Important to understand a chairs be when to talk, when to relax, when to basically hit the point where the chairs will keep on. Baumia what he hates is say yay. Obama the Jimmy na bete. And while another papa she na ba. The moment of yeah, na koyonso na bete. I feel no kasa no yes say. The Baumia chima miss say Baumia ohun man for budget so pena koyonso na ba. Koyonso na fi oye and one thing. Into hona bo say hey and the mamichira de bi about Baumia and the mamichira de bi. And the MP before call Baumia ho, right? Here tie Baumia. Now, before that, I want to show you this. You ever about Omiasem? Aya obidum bie. Now, nobody in Ghana or in the MPP should even look at Baumia or one of the most ungrateful human beings on earth. Yeah? Nana Danko Kufuado or my Baumia opportunity twice. Baumia no ni party card. Baumia no ni MPP member. Baumia was not part of the party. And so Nana Danko Kufuado Emma Baumia 2 times opportunity twice. Baumia no free Kumasi no nya santini. Baumia oye teni. Nana Danko Kufuado can say, even though Akwawe Sebio he does not cut it, I'm still going to give another opportunity because on the first one. Now and they're sorry asemesi. Asemene saying. All right, Mr. P. Eye obidum bie. Ex-Ashanti MPP leaders express gratitude to Dr. Opoku Prempe. You see, ex-Ashanti MPP leaders. Oba Santimemua MPP from Penifo Akuku Dam. Mwaridra wa MPP constitution mu. Omuna time asebio na yana na bafo akoto. Etiti ni more remu £700. Edete party no mention no mu hobby. And omatu eye Dr. Eye die Opoku Prempe na podin se ende ye friend obi dum bie oti ase onya santini ba ontina economy mu da ebe no akotina first class my main kind story na chiro Jimmy. Former Ashanti regional executives of the New Patriotic Party have expressed deep appreciation to Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe, describing him as Obidumbie in recognition of what they say is his consistent generosity and support for the party. Now, a leading member of the group, Kobna Insinyere, said the former executives are grateful for Dr. Opoku Prempe's welfare interventions and leadership, which he noted have positively impacted many members of the party over the years. Insinyere made these remarks after he, together with some former executives, paid a courtesy visit to Dr. Opoku Prempe at his office in Kumasi in the Ashanti region. Inti asemi nyina no se me bole tofa na me dwudwam ema so amefo atiase a eya party mpanifo a omo na omo kekere MPP wa Santimemu a omo de omo ye mpani tena party ni mache omo ba party na nipa bebre mamu no omo se ende omo de abosobode kese ama eye napo adentra napo ni yemu ye napo oye nipa bi a odi nipa enimu a oti nanim nti oka obi aba no ho napo aboa party for mo Santimemu eba sebio omo apomuden ene nyoma kitikiti bi ebehi omo se napo etu no ho ache ama wate nanim ache so oye politician a omo betumi de omo wira ahye mu oye nipa bi a oka no kore a eye asanteman hu na eye enije soronko eba omakumem nti omo MPP for mpenifo mo Asantimemu no ende omo akosra napo ewo Ashanti region eye office ede eye edin soronko a emu ewerem ede ato na poto se wey ene ye doba na ye nyina ne yembo ne din se Obidumbie. That means say it say obi afro na odi Titus sardine ato nsem se je ne fa kobo dokono so ene ne friend Obidumbie na se wadomon it say komedew na se bi infantini be ma bi afro se esibra na iko he also mankasa Meto dokun na waka se esi boewu nsem na all the Titus sardine atu nsem na sa nipa no oye Obidumbie waboa because anko sa Titus sardine na mawa anka be ma kwase mpanyi me je wo no kodae enti sa edin na omde ama no eye din a sebio uhwemu a omo se ono ene nipa bi a obetumi adom MPP e de MPP aba power every say omo gidi se Mahamudu Bawumia bese yi no we are Santefo mpanifo party mu ekukudam omo amatena party mu ache omo te party na se omo na nde omo de edin kase emu ohwere mu ode emu odin mu pi e de ato napo say ye frɛ no Obidumbie intete say sebio uye nipa bi akomede wo
abusia fast forward and like in a schedule. God bless you.